tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works. Phil Grande here, Phil's Gang Radio Show. Tired of Wall Street's games? We've got the antidote. Learn the art of short selling. And then you're going to gain a top-notch stock market education with Phil's Gang and philsgang.com. We're so confident you'll love it because we're offering a 10-day free trial to our working investor program. No gimmicks, just real strategies. Sign up to a Phil's Gang membership today and take control of your financial future. Visit www.philsgang.com now.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at Phil's Gang. Make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I believe it's the start of a new tech bull market. And we believe next year tech stocks are up at least 20% plus.
Unbelievable. There they go again. It's amazing how these people, either they're just flat out liars or they just don't get it. And if these are the people that's managing your money, you got to worry. You know, we keep hearing how, oh, this is it. No more rate hikes. Really? Oh, there's going to be more rate hikes. The only way you don't get more rate hikes, if Biden stops running deficits. You're going to get rate hikes. I mean, Biden and our Congress continue to spend more money than the tax revenues that we take in. That hasn't stopped. He's destroying this economy. It's deficits that kill you. And you got to fight those deficits. And when you fight deficits, it costs tremendous amount of inflation. You got to keep printing money to fight the deficits. But I want to get back to what happened with the 5.2% annual third quarter GDP. When I heard that number, I just couldn't believe it. How could they be that brazen to set out a number that fake? What a fraud. And it was amazing, even the fake Business News Network, CNBC, which is part of MSNBC, which is owned by Universal. I mean, they hate democracy. They hate, they're just, these people want socialism. And I don't care if it's MSNBC or CNBC, it's all about, they take care of the White House, take care of the Democrats. And when they brought out this 5%, I'm going, you got to be kidding. That's impossible. That's impossible. We didn't grow no 5.2%. So over the weekend, I'm looking into it, and sure enough, they didn't grow by 5.2%. You know how they got it there? The government contributed 5.5%. If you took the government's contribution out, I couldn't believe it when I was reading it. If you took the government's contribution out, there'd been no growth at all. And then this morning they're talking about, okay, now they're projecting for the fourth quarter, instead of 5.6% or 6.7%, they're going to drop back to 1.2%, which tells you this market, it was rigged. It was just incredible. Just incredible. And even, as you know, last week, Santelli and the rest of these guys on CNBC were saying they didn't believe the numbers. I mean, when do you see that?
On the growth side, I have suspicions there, but let's take it at face value.
You don't believe the 5.2.
No, I really don't believe the 5.2, and I can't give you exact reasons. I'm just being honest with you. I think it's a bit exaggerated there.
Well, I've been saying from the beginning that there's a disconnect between the data that's coming in, especially in the third quarter.
Goldilocks? I mean, is that an overused word? Soft landing, maybe? Is that what the data is telling us?
Unbelievable, isn't it? So here they come out with this number that's totally ridiculous. And yes, we're going to have our November. We already had our November rally. We're going to have our December rally like we do at the end of each year. But we never had such a backdrop, such a negative backdrop to these 2 months. You always get these rallies at the end of the year because the CEOs, again, are doing whatever it takes to manipulate the numbers to get their big fat bonuses. Corporations are doing the same thing. So there's a lot of manipulation going on at the end of the year. And just like this number here that came out, ridiculous, just totally ridiculous. But the one thing that people are refusing on Wall Street to admit, or Powell, is that after we have that rally from 2008 to 2022, and it dropped 25%, then we rallied again up to 28%. That couldn't hold, dropped again. Now we're rallying again, and that's not going to hold. That's going to drop. The rally we're in now, about a 10% rally we're in now, that's not going to hold. Because how do we know this? Because we've never had such weak breath and weak economic indicators. The one thing you can depend on, the only one thing you can depend on is weak is the breadth numbers. The breadth numbers and the economic indicators, the U.S. economic indicators. Those are the only things that are true. And we are entering this now. This will be our third failed rally, but nobody's talking about it. They're all saying, this is it. No more rate hikes. We're on our way. You heard this guy talking about tech. Tech's going to boom again. Are you kidding? I mean, let's talk about the weak breadth and the weak economic indicators. I mean, we've never had breadth like this. I mean, when you take a look at the amount of stocks that are setting up lows compared to highs, I mean, we have far more new lows than highs. You know how bad that is in this market? We've never seen so many lows compared to highs. That is so dangerous, so bad. I mean, but everybody's ignoring it. Nobody knows, like, what, hey, who cares about breadth? What does that mean? Who cares? That's no big deal. Are you kidding me? That's a big deal, breadth. And when you have 8,000 stocks, there's, 7,400 of them can't make new highs? When you have the S&P 500, did you have a handful of the 500 stocks, just 7, that are contributing to this rally? It's all going to collapse. It's going to collapse. Just take a look at never mind the breadth, never mind how terrible the breadth is as far as the stocks that are rallying compared to stocks that are not. But let's take the most important indicators, the yield curve inversion, the durable goods decline, the housing start decline. This is what you look at. The savings. We never had savings this bad. During the pandemic, remember, on average, savings historically about 8%. During the pandemic, people had all kinds of money, right? Because, again, people didn't have to pay their student loans. They didn't have to pay their car payment. They didn't have to pay their rent. And so all of that money's been in the system. Now that money is gone. Now it's gone, and people had to go and they had to withdraw money from their credit cards and their 401ks and their equity in their homes, and that's gone. That money is gone. So they just ran out of money. Period. Gone. So we have a terrible banking system, the most dangerous banking system ever. I mean, people have no idea. We got 25 largest U.S. banks that lost $332 billion market caps so far this year. The 15 largest banks lost $46 billion. The 5 leading U.S. banks lost $109 billion. Are you kidding me? And the 4 biggest banks have losses $275 billion. I'm talking about Citi and Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. People have no idea what's going on.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. The holiday season is a wonderful time to be with family and friends, and a good time to learn how to improve your investing strategies in the new year. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can help. Join Phil's Gang and enjoy coffee talk as Phil goes over the markets every morning before they open. Engage in live trading classes. With the Working Investor program, you'll have access to the tools to control your financial future. Success in the new year is just a click away. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Phil's Gang wishes you and your family happiness, joy, and financial security, working together to make 2024 another successful year at philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. It's sad that so many people are going to lose their money again. They lost it in 2008, the dot-com, then the housing con, 2008. And now this is the QE con. People forget this is the QE con. We're going to be paying what we are doing right now. We are setting up to pay for the QE we've been through, keeping interest rates at zero, too low for too long. You've got to pay for that at some point. Money's not free. People think it is. We bring interest rates down to zero. And the most dangerous thing is that when you listen to these guys on the fake business network, I mean, there should be a law against these people. Listen to what Bob Pisani, look at what he said today, getting people all hyped up today. Listen to what he said. He should be in jail for this.
Interest rates have been dropping. Inflation continues to moderate. GDP growth is solid. Unemployment is still low. That's Goldilocks, folks.
That's insane. Again, listen to what he's saying. None of that's true. None.
Interest rates have been dropping. Inflation continues to...
Let's talk about interest rates dropping. Dropping from where? To what? Are you kidding me? Ask a small business. How's he doing? Interest rates dropping enough for him? Interest rates are... I mean, give me a break. I mean, think about housing. What a mess we have with housing. It's going to destroy the stock market. Savings and housing, people don't want to know this, but savings and housing are going to destroy the stock market. We've never had savings so low as this. And housing, think about housing, for God's sake. Do you know, for a person to buy a house, it's almost impossible for a person to save money. Remember, our whole economy is based on homes. First-time home buyer. He's the beginning of he's the first rung on the ladder. That's what built a strong economy. A strong economy was giving access to a person who's working hard, had a good job, then they get married, have a family, buy their first home, get furniture, buy a lawnmower. That's the economy. That's gone. That's gone. For a person to save money, I mean, a down payment, it's almost impossible. It would probably take you 30 years to save a down payment compared to what it was in the 80s. I mean, just think about it. This is crazy. 30-year fixed-rate mortgages, 7%. And what's Pisani say? Oh, rates are coming down?
Interest rates have been dropping.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are they dropping? I want to see the rates that dropped, that the guy and his the husband and wife who together make $60,000 a year combined are saying, wow, we're doing much better now. That interest rate has dropped. And we are doing so much better now because of that rate that dropped. This guy's full of crap. And when you got savings at 3%, and you got mortgage rates at 7%, and don't give me this, oh, well, 7% is still cheap. I remember I bought a house back 30 years ago, 7%. No, it's different. Look what you're paying for a house today. Remember, homes from 2020 to 2022, in 2 years, went up 30%. Some more. Sarasota, they doubled almost. Construction. And from 2020 to 2022 to build a house, the materials are so expensive. Construction to build a house, it went up 50%. You used to be able to build a house at $150 a square foot. Now you're talking $400 bare bones. $400 a square foot. What are you, nuts? And besides, the things are getting better. Today, the average monthly payment, if you're going to buy a home today, what's the average price of a home now? Probably about, what, $450? At least here in Sarasota, it's about $455. But let's say $450 for the heck of it. If you're going to buy a home for $450,000, $430,000, 7%, your payment's going to be almost $3,000. That's why a person has a 2.5% payment or 3%. He's not going to sell his house. We have a crisis. He won't sell his house. Inventory is getting tighter and tighter because people will not sell their home. And the banks are broke because the banks are losing money on every mortgage. Everyone thinks, well, banks are doing pretty good. I mean, they got to be doing okay. No, they're not. They're being propped up. They're being propped up. They're doing terrible. And that's why I have to laugh. When this rally that we are in now, that we're up 10% in this rally, everybody's all giddy over it. What the hell are they so giddy about? The rally, the previous rally, from 2008 to 2000, we gave 25% of that back. We could never gain it back. 4 tries, we couldn't gain it back. So we have been in a sideways market in a range of about 20% since 2022, since January 2022. So it's not a trend. We have no trend going up. We're going sideways. But they keep talking about this wonderful rally. I can't find it. We're going sideways. And the breadth in this market, when you got just 6% of the 8,000 stocks that trade every day, just 6% making new highs. That's it. You're screwed. All that's happening right now is they're rigging the market like they always do from the November, December to about January 15th. So don't fight the tape. Make money with it, and then get ready.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand. Especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have 2 people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake business news network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. From everyone at Phil's Gang, we wish you happiness and joy this holiday season. Join us at philsgang.com for a prosperous 2024. Now, here's Phil.
There's no recession coming, and the Fed is likely done.
It would be premature to conclude with confidence that we have achieved a sufficiently restrictive stance or to speculate on when policy might ease. We are prepared to tighten policy further if it becomes appropriate to do so.
Of course it's going to be appropriate. It's those guys on the fake business news network to come out with this garbage, with these lies. They want to push this rally. Why do you think they're dropping the 10-year Treasury yield? To squeeze this rally, to get a big short covering rally. It's all artificial. We see it every year, but this year is the worst because the background is the worst we've ever seen. Worse than when we had the crash during the dot-com. Worse than we had the housing crash. This is far worse. And the housing, just think about it, common sense, why it's far worse. When you have banks losing money on every mortgage instead of just 14% of the mortgages they're holding, like in 2008 to 2010, 14%, they're losing money on 100%. So how can the market keep going up when you have a terrible situation with the banks? The banks are just being propped up. That's it. And, you know, like when they lied the other day about the growth rate of 5.2%, they come out today and say, well, it's going to be 4.1% in the fourth quarter. Well, they're alone. But for those guys to come out on CNBC and tell the truth and say they don't believe those numbers, you know how huge that is? That for them to come out and say they don't. Now, remember, they did not find God. They didn't come out and say that because they found God and now they're going to tell the truth. That's not why they did that. Because the one thing that always tells the truth is the breadth for the stock market and the economic numbers, okay, the indicators, I should say, okay, for the economy. And when you look at the breadth for the market, it tells you the truth. The market's in deep trouble. We're going to have a hell of a crash. There's too many stocks that are going down. while you have a trend going up. But remember, when you have a stock trend going up and you have a divergence where you got more stocks going down than going up, you are screwed. You are screwed. And then you take the economic numbers and look at them. My God, I mean, there's just no way around it. No way around it. Biden's not, he's going to keep on spending. He's going to keep on spending. And this banking crash, okay, it's going to happen. They're just propping it up right now. That's all they're doing. They're propping it up. And again, when you take a look at the household debt and the mortgage debt and the student debt, remember, people are now out of money. Remember where they got their money from between 2020 and say the first 3 months of 2023, when they didn't have to pay their student loans. That's money in the system. When they had a situation where there was a moratorium, they didn't have to pay their rent, they didn't have to pay their mortgage, they didn't have to pay their utility bill. How do you think they got their savings up to 30%? Now those savings are down to 3%. Do you understand what's going on? And gasoline is still up 37%. Groceries are still up, I think it's 22%. Prices overall, stuff we need every day to run our households and to eat and so forth, still up 19%. This is crazy. And 68% of our workforce, they're living paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. And 76 of the 68% make $50,000 a year or less. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation. 24 of the last 32 months, wages declined 7.2%. But nobody wants to hear any of this. So what we do here at Phil's Gang is we can sit here all day long and go through the stats and say, okay, my God, isn't this terrible? Auto and credit card delinquencies right now are the worst ever. They rose to a record 24% in the last 11 months. That's a record. More than any time in the past 15 years. That's a record. Breaking a 27-year record. We can talk about that. We can talk about the savings. We can talk about withdrawals, the savings withdrawals, the home equity withdrawals, the 401ks withdrawals. We do all that, but it's a waste of time. So what we do is we make money regardless. You got to put yourself in a position that you're making money regardless if this stuff is going on or not. You shouldn't let this stuff bother you. Because, see, markets have nothing. Markets are forward-looking. Understand that. Markets are forward-looking. The economy, when people say the stock market's the economy, no. The economy, okay, is now, is today, it's present. The stock market is forward-looking. It looks out. And that's what breath does. See, breath looks out. And it tells you what the market's going to look like going out. It's never wrong, okay? It's never wrong. So you should always be in a position that you're making money when you're investing in the stock market, no matter the condition of the economy, no matter the condition of the stock market. We have more stocks going down than going up, but yet the stock market's rallying. Most people don't know that. They don't even want to know that. So how does the market keep going up when you got more stocks going down? I mean, think about it. We got 8,000 stocks that traded every day, and 7,400 of those stocks aren't going up. They're not making new highs. Only 600 are making new highs. But if you just follow the money, you can make money consistently in the stock market. If you listen to these people on the fake business news network and you listen to them and you try to figure out what the economy's doing, what the market, forget that. You're wasting your time. You don't have to know what the economy's doing. You don't have to know what the market's doing. All you have to know in the market is where is the footprint of money. So if I'm going to be in the banks, okay, like we were in the banks, and we still are, the footprint of money told us, take J.P. Morgan, for example, we started a short J.P. Morgan. I think it was in wait a minute, let me talk about not October. We started short J.P. Morgan back in, I think it was August or September. And then we turned around and we bought it. We bought it, okay, on October 30th. We bought J.P. Morgan. It was at $135. Today it's $157. We bought Goldman Sachs the same day. We bought Morgan Stanley. And Goldman Sachs, just to give you that number, we got in, that was around, we got in around 294. Today it's at 348. That's about a 15% gain. So all our bank stocks are about 15%. And then we turned around and we shorted oils. We started to short oils. First, we bought oils because we were following the footprint. We started to buy oil, symbol USO. We bought that on July 6th, around July 6th. It was around, I don't know, it was around $64. And it rallied up to about $82. So that's a 28% return. Then we turned around and we saw the footprint. Money started to come out of oil. So we had our gang members switch and sell short. So again, you shouldn't have to worry about all the shenanigans that are being played on Wall Street and on the fake business network. You shouldn't have, don't let them take parking space in your head. See, they think you sit on the world's longest stupid bench. You don't. You don't. You just think that, oh, these guys are so smart. They're on TV. They must be smart. They work in these big, tall buildings. They must be smart. They're smart at conning you. Remember the whole deal. Since they got rid of went to discount brokerage, they buy the stocks first and sell them to you at a markup. How could that be good?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grande and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grande.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how lovely are thy branches, oh Christmas tree.
From everyone at Phil's Gang, we wish you happiness and joy this holiday season. Join us at philsgang.com for a prosperous 2024. Now, here's Phil.
Consumer is in better shape. If they have money, they're going to spend it.
Our consumers continuing to be resilient.
The consumer health has been resilient so far this year.
Factory orders for October expected to be down 3% or down 3.6%. That's actually the most negative month-over-month change since April of 2020.
But what do they tell you? The consumer's resilient. The consumer's strong. Look, our members understand one thing. You follow the money. You follow the footprint of the money. And we make that easy for them because we designed our own chart. It's color-coded. And you join the gang for 10 days. It's free. You get to use the color-coded chart. But all you have to understand is this. There's only two things you look at. Breadth, which identifies in your trend the stock market's going up, and there's a divergence where all of a sudden the market's going up, but you got more stocks that are making new lows than new highs. That's very bad. The next thing is your U.S. leading economic indicators. Now, they've been down for 9 months in a row. They're the most reliable indicator when measuring the health of our economy. Yield curve, durable goods decline, housing starts, housing permits, new orders, productivity, manufacturing. Those are what you look at. And when you have the breadth indicator, which identifies the health of the stock market, which is stage 4 cancer, you couple that with U.S. leading economic indicators that aren't wrong, then you're going to follow the money. That's what you follow, the money. So you're always going to be right. Because remember, the market is forward-looking. The breadth is forward-looking. So before you buy a stock, you're going to know what is going on with that stock, with that market. And then when you buy it, you're going to be comfortable because you know you're right. Just like I'm telling you right now, and I told you before that we're going to have one more rally. We did. I said we're going to have one more rally, then we'll have a crash. But it's going to take time to reach that crash. It's going to take time because remember what they're doing. The crash is going to be because of the banks. We have a banking crisis, one of the worst ever. And when people now, they can't, and when banks tighten, when they start tightening, they don't lend to folks. At a time like this, it really screws them. And here's another thing you got to remember. Banks don't care about you. If they did, they would accept putting back in the Glass-Steagall Act. Remember, banks, guys like Jamie Dimon and the people who run Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, they're gangsters. They're so powerful, they've been able to make sure that Congress doesn't bring back in Glass-Steagall. See, Glass-Steagall was a wonderful thing because a bank was held responsible to make sure those deposits come into that bank, they had to use those properly when they were investing. There couldn't be any malfeasance. Today, without Glass-Steagall, Congress tells them, use the money for whatever you want. Doesn't matter to us. So the Glass-Steagall, if that's the first thing, I'll never forget when Trump was running and he's here in Sarasota, and I talked with him, and the first thing I said to him, you got to get Glass-Steagall back in, because the rot in our economy are the banks. It's the rot. That's what's going to destroy our country, the banks. And that's what destroys your country, the banks. Because remember, the banks are everything. It's our economy. And when the banks aren't run well and they're using your deposits to enrich themselves, not the shareholder, not to enrich themselves, their small group of elitists, that's a horrible thing. But that's what happens when you don't have Glass-Steagall. But with Glass-Steagall, they can't do that. They have to be very responsible when they take your deposits and invest that money. See, the most important thing is, where are the banks putting your money? Where do they put it? We have no way to measure it because we don't have Glass-Steagall. Why? Because the banks are too powerful. The lobbyists are too big. Jamie Dimon's too rich. He can pay any congressman off he wants. Same with the guy head of Bank of America, guy head of Citi. They can buy any congressman they want. So, what does that mean? We can't trade stocks and make? Of course not. Look at what we've done. We took a couple of weeks ago, and I had my members. I said, start buying small caps banks. They're going to take off. They're going to take off. How did I know? I looked down my color-coded chart. The footprint turned red to green. And also in PNC, it turned green at 126. Today it's at 140. How hard is that? Do I care about Glass-Steagall, though? No. That's about 12%. Do I care about Glass-Steagall? What is it? Okay. Glass-Steagall. Do I care? No. How about KRE? Another one. KRE, at $38, our color-coded chart showed that not enough money was going in. Even though the stock was going up from $38 up to $44, it remained red, identifying for me that there are more stocks that are going down than going up. There's not enough money flow going into KRE. KRE is the spiders for the small regional banks. Finally, it turns green. And we bought it around, I think it was around $45. Today it's at $48. This was just a few weeks ago. That's a nice 6% return. So what I'm trying to say to you is, if you just stay with where the money goes, stay with the banks. Look at our gold stocks. I told you, didn't I? How many times I begged you? I said, back in September and October, I said, follow me with gold. Follow me with gold miners. Gold miners, they're going to take off. They're going to take off. And sure enough, now they're screaming, right? They're taking off. We follow the money. Stop following the BSers, the jibber jabbers, the fancy pants. Okay, don't follow them. Follow the money. And we have the best tool to do that with. And also remember, please listen to me on my Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, Apple. And by the way, I do shorts and longs, not trading. I'm talking about segments on Instagram and on YouTube and Rumble. And people seem to enjoy them. We're doing pretty good with them. We're getting about 35, 45,000 people every time I put one up. So again, look, just stop worrying about the market. It's not going to do you any good because there's nobody there trying to help you. Okay? There's nobody there trying to help you. Congress is not trying to help you. Those gangsters don't want to help you. They're not there to help us, the congressmen. They're there to get themselves rich. But if you just put your head down, focus on where the money goes, oil, metals like gold, okay, tech stocks, and banks, and you stay in those groups right there, and then wait for the money to start setting up a footprint for you. So all of a sudden, if you're sitting there and you're buying, which the other day, POS, okay, POS just started to turn green. We just bought POS silver. That's doing very well now. If I listened to everything that these guys were saying on the fake business news network, I'd be broke. I'd never make any money. Look, all you know is this. When we have auto loan debt and credit card debt, the worst in 15 years, when you have savings, terrible savings, 3%, and you have banks that are tightening, not giving credit, do you really believe what they're telling you? That interest rates are going to go down and we're in a Goldilocks economy and the stock markets just keep going up? No. The stock market will keep going up, as I told you, okay, for the rest of December. But then once we hit January and February, watch what happens. In the meantime, even if you just bought the spiders, ride the wave for now. That's all. We'll show you how to do it. Join our gang. Go to philsgang.com. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Click where it says Get Started. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.